Welcome back. I hope you've had a chance to have a little play around with some of the JavaScript math that we looked at in the last video. Okay, so now we've got all the boring theory out of the way. Let's now put that all into practice and create another mini challenge. It's going to be quite simple, although you might need to think about one or two things along the way. All I want you to do in this challenge is to generate a random number between 1 and 100. And it's something you should be capable of doing. It's something we've looked at in previous videos, and it's something which shouldn't cause any problems. But if it does, don't worry, just follow along with what I do at the end of this video, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. So go into your JavaScript folder, and then the math and date section, duplicate the last video, and call this what you want, but I'm going to call it random number challenge, and then get this open in your text editor. And lastly, change the title and remove the code from the last video. So mini challenge, generate a random number between 1 and 100, and we don't need this anymore, so we can remove that. So if you don't feel like you need any help, stop the video now and give that a go. If you feel like you still need one or two more pointers, take a look at the last video again and have a look at the math.random section of that video, and that should give you all the clues that you need to complete this challenge. So give that a go, and if you don't feel confident, don't worry. I'm going to go through how I would do it now. So let's just get started between the script tags. So I'm going to begin by creating a variable to store the random number inside. So I'm going to call this variable rounded number. And then this is going to be set to math.random, which we looked at in the last video. And don't forget the brackets and then the semicolon. So if you remember that the math.random generated a random number between 0 and 1, but because we want the value to be between 1 and 100, we need to multiply the value by 100. So let's manipulate this variable. So copy that and paste it in. So rounded number is now equal to rounded number multiplied by 100. And then let's print this to the screen. So I'm going to use a document.write and then pass inside the variable, which is rounded number. And I just see how that is looking for now. And refresh that a few times just to check that is working okay. Okay, so we need to also round this number to the nearest whole number. So I'm going to actually round the number down. So again, just go into the code and then change the rounded number variable. So math.floor. And then inside the brackets this time, instead of just typing in a number, which we just put in ourselves, we're going to pass in the rounded number variable. And then take a look at that. So hopefully you managed to do that, but there is one little snag with this. If you remember that the random number that we generated started at 0 but didn't actually include number 1. So therefore the largest number that we can possibly get is going to be 99. So to increase that, we're just going to use +1. So if you keep refreshing, you should finally get the values of 1 and 100, but it may take a while. Okay, so now that's all working, there's just one more thing I want to show you before we finish this video. So the code that we've created in this challenge, it's pretty step by step, and everything is all on separate lines. And there's a way we can actually combine this to be a little bit more neater and all on one line. So I'm just going to comment that out. If you're using brackets like me, you can highlight all the code and then command and /. So to put this all onto one line, We can start with the same variable. So I'm just going to copy that and paste that in. Okay, but this time we're going to start with math.floor. So the result is rounded down. And then inside the brackets we can put in the math.random. So paste that inside there. And the random number that we're generating, we want that to be multiplied by 100. So we'll just get rid of the sidebar so we can see it all on one line there. So then put multiply 100. And make sure that all this section there is between the math.floor brackets. And then outside the brackets we can add our +1, just like we've done above there. And save that, and we can still use the same document write. And then hopefully if we go to the browser and refresh, we should still get the same outcome. But this time it's just all on one line and it looks just a little bit neater. So there we go. So hope you managed to achieve that by yourself. If not, don't worry. Follow along with the example I've just done and try to understand exactly what we're doing. And I'll see you in the next video where we'll take a look at JavaScript date and date methods.